The Boyi 66 Pro. I was basically forced into reviewing this one by my viewers, so this video is dedicated to them. And I need to give a special mention to Mesh, I hope I pronounced it right, who left like 6 comments asking for this review. Mesh, this one's for you. Like with all my rapid trigger keyboard reviews, we'll check the build quality, do accuracy and performance testing, and also see what the software is like, plus whether the keyboard has all the essential features you expect from a rapid trigger keyboard. Let's start with an unboxing. The box is pretty standard, as are the contents. The first thing you'll see when you open the box is the keyboard, which has a 65% layout. This is the black and purple colorway, which you'll get a full look at in just a moment. Apart from that, we get a quick start guide with all the necessary shortcuts, a set of additional keycaps, a key switch and keycap puller combo tool, and a USB-C cable for connecting the keyboard to your PC. The keyboard only works in wired mode, there's no wireless connectivity here. The overall keyboard design is pretty familiar. I couldn't find any detailed information on the build materials, but it's mostly made of plastic with an aluminum switchblade. The keycaps appear to be double-shot PBT with a shine-through legends, although they do not let as much light through as I was hoping. Here's what the keyboard sounds like. Boyi uses 5 layers of dampening inside the frame and also includes rubber pads beneath the larger keys like Shift, Enter and Spacebar to improve sound quality. And I've got to say, it does a pretty good job of making the keyboard sound much better than its price tag would suggest. I believe the switches used here are strawberry magnetic, but I don't remember where I saw that information, as it's not available on Boyi's website. They support analog range of 0.1mm up to 4mm. The keyboard includes a knob which can be programmed via the dedicated app, more on that later. By default, it controls volume. The knob seems to be made of metal and has a pleasant clicky and tactile feel. Additionally, at the bottom of the keyboard, you'll find a dedicated Mac Windows switch key that lets you switch between the 2 different profiles. To test precision, I use a micrometer to precisely move the switch stem and check how the app settings translate to real-world use. This allows me to measure accuracy and also help identify any instabilities, especially at lower sensitivities or near the activation point. Fortunately, the Boyi 66 Pro doesn't have any major instability or precision issues. The settings are reflected pretty accurately with only a minimal margin of error due to my measurement method. However, I did notice an issue while playing Marvel Rivals. At one point my character stopped moving as if the key I was pressing had deactivated. This might be because I was using 0.1mm rapid trigger sensitivity, which is something I always advise against. And this is exactly why. Sometimes even slightly shifting your fingers on the keycap can trigger an activation or deactivation. This isn't specific to Boyi, it happens with most rapid trigger keyboards. For performance testing, I used my usual setup, a Sony RX100 camera running at 1000 frames per second, aimed at a MSI 240Hz OLED monitor displaying Overwatch 2. The control key was bound to the unscope animation, and I measured the time from key release to the on-screen effect. After testing, I placed the Boyi 66 Pro into my ranking table alongside all the other keyboards I've reviewed. At the bottom of the table, you'll find the average delay in milliseconds and price, while green and red colors mark the lowest and highest response times. The Boyi 66 Pro is not the fastest keyboard in my lineup, it's not even in the top 20. It sits between the Yunzi RT80 in wireless mode and the Mons Geek Fan 60 in wired mode. That doesn't mean it's bad, as the 28.2 millisecond delay is still acceptable. However, there are faster options for less money. I'm aware that some keyboards aren't available in certain regions, so if this is your only reasonable choice, it's still a fair option. Here's one disappointing thing, however. The keyboard works in 1000 Hz mode, even though the marketing description suggests it should work in 8000 Hz mode. I tried looking for the settings inside the app but wasn't able to find anything. There's also no firmware update, so I have no idea whether this is an overlook, a miscommunication, or just straight up lie. Either way, it's disappointing. If you do, however, know if there is a way to enable 8000 Hz polling rate, I'd be curious to learn how. Now let's explore the software. It's a desktop app that you need to install on your PC. You might get a virus warning when downloading it, but I run it on my PC and my money is still on my account, so hopefully you'll be fine. The app itself is pretty good, offering a decent user experience and an easy to navigate interface. It includes all the standard features like RGB settings, macro recording, key remapping, adjustable activation point for either all keys or individual ones, and rapid trigger sensitivity settings with a minimum value of 0.1 mm. As mentioned earlier, this sensitivity can cause occasional glitches, so keep that in mind. If you're looking for SnapTap, it's not here. I searched for firmware updates or any way to enable it, but I couldn't find anything. So let's wrap this up. The Boyi 66 Pro is not a bad keyboard, but it faces fierce competition from brands like Mad Lions, Edges, and Yunzi, which often offer better performance for a lower price and actually do support 8000 Hz polling rate as advertised. Unless you really like the design or the knob, or if you don't have any other options, I'd recommend looking elsewhere. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Laser, and I'll see you in the next one.